someone you loved. Another great singer-songwriter coming up for us a little bit later on. It's the final day of Tracks of My Years for this week. He's won a Brit Award and he's done lots and lots of other things. Tom Walker choosing his final 2 Tracks of My Years later on this show. Radio 2, BBC Sounds app on your smart speaker and 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. This is Nikki Cardwell. Members of the royal family and guests have been filing into St Paul's Cathedral for a special Thanksgiving service due to begin in half an hour as part of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. The Archbishop of York, Stephen Cottrell, who'll be delivering the sermon, described it as a great honour and a slightly terrifying gig. Our royal correspondent Daniela Relf sent this report from St Paul's.
The service has been designed to give thanks for the Queen's reign, faith and lifetime of service, but without the Queen being present. She'll remain at Windsor after Buckingham Palace said she experienced discomfort during yesterday's celebrations. The Prince of Wales will instead represent her here, alongside one of the biggest gatherings of the royal family in recent years. It will include the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan, the first time they have officially been part of a royal engagement since they left the UK 2 years ago.
Crowds have been gathering in front of the cathedral, hoping to get a glimpse of the royals. Some people camped out overnight to make sure they got the best spot.
It wasn't too cold, but the atmosphere is good. And to get a view of the steps and the cathedral is fantastic.
I've been here with my friend Beverly from West Yorkshire, a little place called Holmfirth. We got here about 5:15 this morning. And there wasn't very many people here, but just look at everybody here now.
It's been absolutely fine. We've got a really good spot here.
Yes, we're going to keep best bank holiday ever for us, that's for sure.
The Ministry of Defence says Russia now appears to have the initiative over Ukraine in the battle for the eastern region of Donbass. Exactly 100 days since the invasion began, it said that Russia held about 90% of the Luhansk district, which makes up half of the Donbass, and is likely to seize the remaining 10% over the next 2 weeks. President Biden has made an impassioned plea for the US Congress to ban assault weapons following last week's mass shooting at a Texas primary school. In an address from the White House, the president asked how much more carnage the country would be willing to accept. Scott Lucas is a professor of American Studies at Birmingham University. He says the Republicans in Congress are likely to block tougher gun controls.
I think there are some Republicans in the Senate who know that something should be done. But the reality is, in a very deeply divided America, where division has really replaced dialogue, and where a lot of the mainstream media are just guns, 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 you know that if you're in a Republican district and you come out for even limited gun control, you might not get reelected.
The Post Office has insisted that most of its larger branches will not be affected by strike action tomorrow. Members of the Communication Workers Union are walking out in a dispute about pay and have urged the Post Office to thrash out a new settlement. And people in Singapore have been queuing up to buy their national dish, chicken and rice, fearing it could soon become unavailable because neighbouring Malaysia has banned poultry exports. The Malaysian government took the measure to control the rising price of chicken there. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 11.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.